lot of people these days hold the view that history is over, or that philosophy is dead. And I think anyone who holds that view deserves only to be laughed at. 100 years ago, the age of Napoleon was over, and people were saying that never again would there be another great European war, because the world had advanced beyond, the sort of primitive idea of war, But and we had alliances, that was supposed to prevent that. But it was precisely our alliances that brought us into World War I, and World War I that brought us into what Churchill, I think it was Churchill, called the unnecessary war, World War II. And when we had the atomic bomb, they said that it would be the weapon to end all wars, because it was so terrible that no one could entertain the thought of a war in a world that had nuclear weapons. At this point, we know how naive that is. And people said that the internet would put an end to censorship, but we've got China, all of these views that history is over, that we've solved, that either we've solved all our problems or we're just about to because of science and technology, are all hopelessly naive. And we're now coming into what seems to be the most ahistorical age ever, in which people not only ignore the lessons of history, but begin to believe on principle that history is irrelevant. That should be pretty concerning to anyone with a lick of sense. Now that's to address the bogus idea that history is over. Now for the claim that philosophy is over. Well, philosophy pretty much died, it is said. Well, first Nietzsche says God is dead, so religion's supposedly over, and then philosophy supposedly died because of Freud. Freud, in his ideas, dismisses the possibility for filio, or in other words, the kind of love which makes philosophy possible. By reducing all loves to eros, Freud says there's no such thing as philo, and therefore there can be no philosophy. Of course, Freud doesn't say this in so many words, but it's the practical upshot of his kind of psychoanalysis as opposed to argument. And so if philosophy is dead, then Freud is the one who's killed it. But I see no reason why we should accept this idea or this consequence of Freud. Freud raises lots of suspicions. But, I really think that we need to learn to be a little more suspicious even about our suspicions. Some things that appear to be innocent actually are. And some things that appear to be evil actually are. It's true that things are not always what they appear, but it's also true that some things are exactly what they appear. Of course, the trick is telling the difference. And that's the task that philosophy still hasn't solved, and I don't think is really going to everyone's satisfaction anytime soon. So history is not over, and philosophy is not dead. Thank you.